Hello everyone, welcome to the 6th edition of Delhi Decides. I'm Ifra Mufti. I have with me Prabhat Shukla. So Prabhat, in this episode, we are talking about a major issue as the election are another 15 days away. And, we're talking about an important issue that how a nation, a complete India is getting together to vote in Delhi. So we as reporters on the ground, we were speaking to different and diverse communities and who have kind of come together and come forward to voice their concerns regarding issues regarding the civic infrastructure, be it the cultural neglect or what exactly they face on a daily basis. So to start with, I'll say that we have visited Majnu Ka Tila, where a group of Pakistani Hindu refugees residing in Majnu Ka Tila, they have prepared to cast the vote for the first time, I believe. So what they say is, and what they believe is, that they don't have homes despite the fact that they came to Delhi in 2013. It's been a very long time, I believe, and they have stayed in Delhi for over a decade now. But their major concern is that we don't have a house to stay, and it's a major identity crisis, I believe, for people like them. So, Prabhat, would you like to share that, how many other constituencies you visited and probably spoken to people in different communities as well?
So, I spoke at length to the Odia community, many prominent members of the Odia community here.
Right.
And what they seem to believe is that the community here is very culturally oriented. That's why you see like around 32 Jagannath temples all across Delhi NCR.
Yeah.
So they're very culturally oriented, and for this reason they might be leaning more towards the BJP because the BJP has helped a lot in those in that cultural revival. Like for example, Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, he started this Odisha Parv in 2017. From then onwards, there's been a major revival of the community here.
Absolutely.
So, and also there are many prominent Odiyas in the BJP at the national level, at the state level. Like other than Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, also the BJP in charge of Delhi elections this time is Bijant Panda, also another Odia. So they seem to believe that a majority of the community will lean towards the BJP, but also the things like freebies might not be enough to woo this community because as I've been informed that most of them are working professionals in good jobs, so freebies might not be enough to sway them.
Great. Who else? Any other constituency or probably, the community you kind of spoke to?
I also spoke at length to the Punjabi community, which is one of the major communities here.
Absolutely.
And it can influence many constituencies here, especially in west of Delhi. So I was talking to a few Punjabis in Dwarka, and what they told me is, like any other community, their vote will be divided based on their ideological leanings, but they seem to be quite satisfied with the water and electricity situation. Like they've been long time residents, so they know how back in the day you had to run behind water tankers or whatnot. So they feel that at least the Kejriwal government has done this work well, but at the same time they seem to be pointing towards all those sanitary issues in West Delhi, like piles of garbage everywhere. The community is not completely sold, and many also acknowledge that freebies, which might help the poor a lot, like free bus rides and other things, but they also are quite skeptical about how the government plans to pay for this, because they think that you should not just be giving out this money to everyone. Everyone should not be eligible for it.
That's right. So coming over to the another community we spoke to, it's Purvanchalis basically. I believe they kind of majorly estimate about 25% in Delhi, the number of people they live in, and a majority of Purvanchali candidates have been given tickets just because they kind of own a huge number in the national capital. So sharing their issues, it's again the civic issues they have and all of those identity problems and the cultural neglect that they witness, because Purvanchalis have a huge community. They have communities and they have made up their own committees as well, which comes together, and they say that that's the only way that we get together. It's instead of the government helping us or in any way sort of. So I believe the major problems they discussed was again the sewage problems, the water drinking problems. Water drinking is such a major issue. It's in East Vinod Nagar and West Vinod Nagar, in fact in Najafgarh also. These are are certain areas where these people have larger communities that they stay in larger number. So they say that drinking water is a major source of this thing, that health impacts that they're having and the witnessing among children also. And another problem was the waterlogging and sanitation again. So I believe it's a pan Delhi, of course, that the similar issues have been facing. But again, when we come down to their own cultural festivals and all of these things, that they believe that the government doesn't involve us politically also and otherwise also. So that's where they lag behind, and they say that we are not a part of the country, or we feel that we are neglected in certain ways, and we are not considered as politically active. So which is why this time we are witnessing that how Purvanchali candidates are being given tickets also. So that's one thing. So another community that we spoke to was Bengalis, of course. That's another, I believe that's a larger community that have a greater impact in Delhi also. It's not only in Kolkata, but half of the Kolkata lives in Delhi, it seems sometimes. So the major problems and the issues that they arise, and then they say that it may shape their poll preferences, was to organize their own one big festival. That's the puja and the pandals. That's the major thing for them. It's a bigger festival for them. So organizing a Durga Puja once in a while, that's the biggest thing. And I believe 2-3 days prior to the festival, they get permission. And it's the government thing again, they don't give permissions for the pandals and all. And they face major issues in organizing this thing. So that's the one major concern that they face, I believe. And the government, I believe, will have certain other issues as well to discuss about. But they are local administration which is being involved, Delhi police is being involved in that, but they say that we want permission a month ago preparations begin and everything. So which is why that this is the major key festival for Bengalis, and they want permissions prior to that. So, you want to talk about any other community?
Yes, we also went to Madrasi camp, which is near the old Barapula bridge.
Great.
That particular locality came in the news back in September when the PWD tried to evict them. So that became very controversial. So it's basically a kind of a slum for poor migrants from Tamil Nadu who've been here for a long time. And for them, by far the most important thing for them, a majority of them was they need better housing. Because the government has been promising that we'll give permanent housing to you, but nothing has come of it. So, and they want it in a nearby location because they've been here for a long time, their children have grown up there. It'll be very difficult for them to move away. So they want proper housing and they want it near the place. So that might sway their vote. That is important for them.
So another community I believe was important that we found was the voices from the valley, of course, and we can't miss that. So it's basically a lot of Kashmiri migrants here and there you're going to find, and a lot of people have faced certain issues, and there are a lot of old and very retired officers who are a part of Delhi, and they're Kashmiri migrants again. So major issues and the major problems they shared was about that how there was a halt in the Kashmiri migrant families, ad hoc relief which was announced by the former LG, and it was also approved by the current LG VK Saxena, but it was never released to them. And they have been waiting for this for a very long time, and this is one demand that they propose, that this should be approved as soon as possible and should be released as early as possible. Then there was an 8-month delay also in the payments and the lack of communication from the officials, and there's a lot of confusion and the non-cooperation from the Delhi government and the LG. So they are kind of stuck in that kind of a battle again. So according to Kashmiris, they say that this funding issues to us and to the migrants specifically, which kind of is a only source of income for the families currently, so they may shape their poll preferences this time, I believe. So this was the whole issue that we have spoken about, and this is kind of diverse communities, as we say, that's an entire India coming together to vote. So let's see what are the results and how are they kind of placed in the Delhi elections, another 15 days away. So let's wait for that. So with this, we wrap up our Cityscape edition, and thanks for watching us and keep following us for more updates. Thank you.